District Judge Ajay Krishna Visweswa on Wednesday allowed regular worship of Sringar Gauri and other Hindu deities in the southern cellar of Varanasi's Gyanvapi Masjid by a family of priests that used to perform rituals here prior to 93. The judge directed the district magistrate to make proper arrangements including erecting an iron fence within 7 days so that the plaintiff head priest Shailendra Kumar Pathak Vyas of Acharya Vedvyas Peeth Temple and a priest assigned by Sri Kashi Vishwanath Temple Trust can resume daily worship. Anjuman Intijamiya Masjid custodian of Gyanvapi Mosque later asked that it would challenge the district judge's order in Allahabad High Court. Allahabad High Court Wednesday issued a notice to AIM on a revision petition filed by a Hindu plaintiff challenging Varanasi's district court's refusal to direct ASI to survey the Wuzukhana area except the Shivling inside Gyanvapi complex. Punjab and Haryana High Court issued notice to the Chandigarh administration Wednesday on a plea by AAP candidate Kuldeep Singh to aside the mayoral polls. High Court did not stay the result and asked the UT administration to respond by February 26. Government has appointed former expenditure secretary Ajay Narayan Jha and SBI Group Chief Economic Advisor Soumya Kanti Ghosh along with two other members of the newly constituted 16th Finance Commission. In one of its most far-reaching regulatory actions in recent years, Reserve Bank of India has asked Paytm payment banks to stop accepting money in any customer account, including wallets and other prepaid instruments such as FASTags, NCMC, or any other instrument from March 1. RBI has also asked the bank to stop operating unit services under Bharat Bill Pay or fund transfers under any name after February 29. However, the order will not impact Paytm's functionality as a third-party app, enabling bank account-to-account payments through UPI. RBI attributed its action to persistent non-compliance and continued material supervisory concerns warranting further supervisory actions. The regulator in a press release said that after it barred Paytm payment banks from onboarding new customers in March 22, it continued to be non-compliant. RBI has ordered the nodal accounts of 197 communications and Paytm payment services to not operate after February 29, 2024. Hemant Soren was arrested in a land scam by Enforcement Directorate on Wednesday, becoming the first sitting CM of Jharkhand to be taken into custody in a corruption case. An hour before he was whisked away by ED officials, Hemant handed over his resignations to Governor CP Radhakrishnan around 8:30 pm. Even as the governing Jharkhand Mukti Morcha announced that the name of his aide and transport minister Champai Soren as the next CM. The arrest was finale of the cat and mouse game played by Hemant with the central agency for the last 2 days over his questioning over alleged money laundering case in land scam involving transfer and settlement of land parcels by forging documents. Equipped with a letter of support from 47 MLAs to Champai in the 81-member house, the coalition sought an appointment with the governor. However, till late night, the governor remained silent about giving them an audience. Said to be Jharkhand's next CM, Champai Soren, 68, is a sixth-term MLA from ST, first elected to erstwhile Bihar Assembly in 91. Called Kolan Tiger for his warrior-like skills during the Jharkhand movement, he became cabinet minister in the Arjun Munda government in 2010 and has been minister twice in Hemant's cabinet. Narendra Modi on Wednesday again asserted he would get a third term as PM and a full budget would be presented after formation of new government. As you know, traditionally when elections are imminent, the complete budget is not presented. We will adhere to this tradition. This time Nirmala ji will present the budget with some guiding points, the CM told journalists in his customary remarks on the opening day of budget session, greeting them with Ram Ram. Though Modi has consistently sounded bullish on equaling the record of first PM Nehru by winning a third consecutive term after conclusions of Lok Sabha polls in May, his sunny remarks on Wednesday came against the backdrop of disarray in the ranks of rival India bloc and a groundswell in large parts of the country owing to the consecration of Ram Lalla, factors that are supposed to have shaped the edge BJP already appeared to have. Parliament on Wednesday reverberated with full-throated chants of Jai Shri Ram, with members applauding President Draupadi Murmu as she said, "Construction of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya marked the fulfillment of the country's centuries-old desire and a defining moment which could shape the course of coming centuries." She also referred to the removal of Article 317 J&K law against triple talaq and CAA. There come juncture in the history of civilizations which shape the future of the coming centuries. There have been many such defining moments in the history of India also. This year on January 22, the country witnessed a similar epochal moment. This was a matter of aspiration and faith for crores of our countrymen, and the resolution of this has been accomplished in a harmonious manner, the President said, concluding her speech after referring to the Ram temple twice earlier. Enforcement Directorate issued a fresh summons, its fifth, to Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to answer questions on Friday regarding the excise policy case, in which his senior colleagues, former Deputy CM Manish Sisodia and party MP Sanjay Singh are in judicial custody. His close aide Vijay Nair is out on interim bail. Kejriwal has refused to appear before the investigators on grounds that the summons did not specify whether he was asked to appear as an accused or a witness, and that the probe was politically motivated, aimed at maligning his image and thwarting AAP from challenging BJP. The summons issued on Wednesday marked a rejection of Kejriwal's allegations. It will be interesting to watch his response to the latest summons, considering that it was issued hours before the arrest of Jharkhand CM Hemant Soren after he dodged 8 summons from the money laundering agency. The probe turned towards Kejriwal following a poser from the Supreme Court, which asked the agency why it has not investigated the role of the AAP leadership in this case. ED, which contested Sisodia's bail plea, saying it aimed to wrap up its investigation into the liquor scam in 6 months, appeared to be working on a tight timeline. Kejriwal's name has figured in the charge sheet filed by ED against his other accused in the excise policy case. Talking to reporters, AAP's chief spokesperson Priyanka Kakkar, the fresh summons received by Kejriwal were being studied. All previous summons were illegal. We will do whatever is appropriate with the ambit of law, Kakkar said. Delhi BJP, however, said Kejriwal would now stop running away from legal process and cooperate the investigation by appearing before ED. Kejriwal's situation has become like that of an economic fugitive who is hiding from the ED. He knows his role in the scam was clear to the probe conducted by CBI and ED. That's why he is trying to evade the probe, Delhi BJP chief Virendra Sachdeva said. Delhi High Court, meanwhile, reserved its order on a plea by Sanjay Singh seeking bail. Singh sought bail on the ground that he has been in custody for 3 months and no role has been attributed to him in the predicate offence. The probe agency opposed the plea, contending that Singh was involved in acquiring, possessing, concealing, dissipating and using proceeds of crime generated from the scam. Despite the extreme cold, tulips have started to flower at the AIIMS roundabout after New Delhi Municipal Council has planted them at December end. However, the bulbs, including of black tulips planted on 1.5 km stretch on Santipath in Chanakyapuri, have not showed signs of flowering fully yet. We expect the full blooming of the tulips to start over the next 10 days, said Satish Upadhyay, Vice Chairman of NDMC. After a foggy morning, Delhi got rain on Wednesday, leading to a dip in daytime temperature. Some areas saw cold day and severe cold day conditions. India Meteorological Department has sounded a yellow alert for moderate to dense fog on Thursday and Friday, Very light rain is expected on Thursday. The Met Department's data shows that the maximum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius, 4 degrees below normal at Safdarjung, which is city's base station. Severe cold day conditions were seen on the ridge at the maximum temperature dipped to 16 degrees Celsius, 6 degrees below normal. Cold day conditions were recorded at Palam and Ayanagar, where the maximum temperature dropped to 17 and 17.4 degrees Celsius respectively. At 13 degrees Celsius, Jafarpur recorded the lowest maximum temperature. The minimum temperature at Safdarjung was recorded 7 degrees Celsius, 1 degree below normal. A cold day is declared when the minimum temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius and the departure of the maximum temperature from the normal is 4.5 degree or more. A severe cold day is when the departure of the maximum temperature from the normal is 6 degree or more. Delhi got light showers on Wednesday afternoon and another spell of rain with strong winds on Wednesday night. From 8:30 to 5:30 p.m., Safdarjung lost 8.5 mm of rainfall. In the same period, Palam, Lodi Road, Ridge, Ayanagar and Pusa recorded this rainfall respectively. During the rain spell on Wednesday night, Safdarjung and Palam received this rainfall respectively from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. The city also witnessed dense fog. Palam recorded dense fog for almost 11 hours from this time to this. Safdarjung was no better with formation of very dense fog from this time. A Met official said in January 2 days saw the most intense duration of dense fog, this and this. Kuldeep Srivastav, scientist and head of Regional Weather Forecasting Center IMD, said under the influence of a western disturbance, the city received rain. Very light rain over a drizzle is likely on Thursday. Though no rain is predicted on Friday, very light rain or a drizzle is predicted on Saturday as another western disturbance is expected. No significant change in temperature is expected in the next few days. The maximum temperature is likely to remain around this Celsius and a minimum is predicted to stay around this. Air quality was close to severe as the AQI crept up to 392 at 4 pm. It is predicted to be in the very poor range on Thursday and moderate on Friday. After the rain, the AQI fell to 380 at 9 pm. Winds were slow during the daytime as another spell of intense rain was recorded on Wednesday night. And winds picked up. The air quality will show an improvement by Thursday morning, an official said. Delhi recorded visibility below 200 meters for 128 hours in 20 days of December and January, making this the third most intense spell of dense fog in the past 10 years, according to India Meteorological Department. In 13-14, Delhi saw 160 hours of dense fog was in winter. The most intense spell of dense fog was in winter of 2014-15, which was around 174 hours. IMD's data for IGI Airport Monitoring Station shows the long period average for winter season for dense fog is 107 hours. The winter saw fog spells 21 hours higher than normal. The dense fog in January was also recorded breaking. January saw dense fog for 14 days, totaling 88 hours. This was the third highest for any January between 14 and 24. The second highest dense fog spell was in January 15 for 98 hours. The highest was in 2014 with 121 hours in the past 10 years, according to the Met Department. A thick blanket of fog engulfed the city again on Wednesday, due to which visibility dropped to zero in some areas in the morning hours. The city also witnessed light showers later in the day, the first rain spell so far this season. The maximum temperature fell by a notch from Tuesday's 17 degrees Celsius to 16 on Wednesday. It was over 6 degrees below normal, making Wednesday the season's sixth cold day. The wind speed dipped by 1 kmph. It was 11 km per hour from 12 km a day before, bringing chill from the snow-clad mountains. Gurgaon city has recorded 7 cold days, 6 severe cold days and 3 days of cold wave so far this season. Delhi government received over these calls last year under its doorstep delivery scheme, of which around 57% were transferred to the departments concerned. The rest were discarded for lack of response from the applications. The convenience scheme launched in 2017 was aimed at eliminating the need of citizens to stand in long queues and undergo bureaucratic hassles at government offices and instead avail essential services directly at their doorstep. The maximum number of calls were received in the month of February, of which these were forwarded to the appropriate department, followed by these in December. Officials explained that February was close to end on the financial year, while December was the year end when the people required many services to be renewed. People deposit fees for renewal of permits and new licenses in this period. And officials said, this is also school and college admission season, so people apply for caste certificates. Among the services that were most popular were issue of income and caste certificate, renewal of driving license, and addition of family members in ration card. The data shows that December to April coinciding with school admissions, the cases submitted crossed 8,000 each month. Delhi government will also bring its flagship Mukhyamantri Tirth Yatra Yojana under the scheme. The pilgrimage scheme launched in 2018 offers free pilgrimage to people aged 60 years and above and their attendants. Officials, however, said that in a city with population of over 2 crore, the service has not reached its optimum utilization. A government official said the conversion ratio of people seeking information to those actually availing services is close to 60%, which shows that people inquiring also end up using the service. While the discussion between Congress and AAP on jointly contesting the upcoming Lok Sabha elections in the city is still on, Delhi Congress Chief Arvinder Singh Lavli said on Wednesday that if required, his party was fully geared up to put up a determined fight in all 7 parliamentary seats to defeat BJP. Lavli, however, added that constructive discussions were being held with the India partners in all states, including Delhi, to put up a united fight. Our party will fully honor the alliance commitment. Discussions were being held at all levels with the alliance partners, he said at a press conference to announce a Congress workers' convention in East Delhi's Gita Colony on February 3. The convention will be addressed by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal and India Coordination Committee Convener Mukul Vasnik, Lavli said. Congress will focus on justice for 5 sections of the society in the convention: youth, women, labour, farmers and cooperatives, said the former Delhi government minister. Senior party leader Mukesh Sharma said the convention would sound the poll bugle for the ensuing Lok Sabha polls this year. Delhi High Court on Wednesday asked the railways to provide free human assistance to visually impaired persons at major stations. A bench headed by Acting Chief Justice Manmohan, which was hearing the petition initiated by the High Court on its own for making railway travel disabled friendly, asked the railways to consider providing the facility on its own or through a CSR initiative. Senior advocate this was appearing an amicus to assist the court, said that railways has provided wheelchairs at stations but refused to provide free of charge escort to the visually impaired. The court listed the case for further hearing on March 20 and asked the railways to file an additional affidavit. After the museum at the Patel Chowk station, Delhi Metro Rail Corporation will install another museum at the Supreme Court station this year. Some of the items to be exhibited in the new museum were put on display at the Shivaji Stadium station on Wednesday. A token of Delhi's love affair with Metro, published on December 19 last year, is among the exhibits. A range of interactive exhibitions, including a simulator where commuters can experience what is yet to operate a metro what it is to operate a metro train, an interactive quiz to test commuters' knowledge of DMRC, and a tourist map are on show at the Shivaji Stadium metro station. These exhibits, along with additional ones, will be shifted to the upcoming museum at the Supreme Court metro station. The metro museum at Patel Chowk, which has been a special attraction of visitors and commuters of Delhi Metro since 2009, has space constraints, said Anuj Dayal, Principal Executive Director, Corporate Communication, DMRC. Delhi Metro is therefore setting up a bigger museum at the Supreme Court metro station of the Blue Line. Dayal added that over 5,000 students visit the museum at Patel Chowk metro station every year. Though the new metro museum is expected to be ready in the second half of the year, passengers can engage with the interactive exhibits at Shivaji Stadium station. Till then, the simulator installed there can give passengers a hand-on experience to how to drive a metro train. This is innovative exhibit allows people to understand the nitty-gritty of operating a metro train while creating an exciting and immersive experience for them. A digital display showcased Delhi's metro journey so far in the most 30 years journey from its registration on May 995 to the urban rail network reaching a coverage of 392 km in 24. Visitors will be able to navigate through a visually engaging journey that captures the incredible growth and technological advancement of the city's metro railway over the years. An interactive tourist map exhibited there provides a easy to use guide for tourists visiting Delhi. This map highlights popular tourist destinations including heritage sites, making it a valuable resource for both domestic and international visitors. There is only a working model of the system with a running train showcasing the underground and elevated tracks. Bridges and viaducts are also integrated into the track. The exhibition at Shivaji Stadium metro station was inaugurated in the presence of Vikas Kumar, Managing Director, and other senior officials of DMRC. National Highways Authority of India has extended the deadline for completing the Know for Your Customer for FASTags for each month, a move that will come as relief for a large number of vehicle owners. While Indian Highways Management Company Limited, a company under NHAI, is assessing how many customers are still out of FASTag's KYC compliance net, sources said so far only 7 lakh multiple tags have been surrendered out of around 1.3 crore such tags. Earlier, IHMCL has urged vehicle owners to keep only one tag. The latest one, which was purchased as other, would be blacklisted after the extended deadline. Officials claim that there will be no more extension of the deadline to blacklist multiple or duplicate FASTag, as the NHAI wants to implement the one vehicle one FASTag norm. The Indian Army's assertive stand in Ladakh since the fatal border clash in 22 has emboldened the nomadic tribes to reclaim their traditional winter grazing grounds, leading to incidents of arguments with Chinese troops. Unlike in the past, graziers are venturing deep into their traditional grazing areas and standing their ground when People's Liberation Army troops enter areas inside India's claim line to push them back. Earlier, it was often the army was curtailed grazers' movement to avoid confrontation with PLA. According to a video of such an incident that surfaced on social media, grazers are seen resisting PLA soldiers who came at them accompanied by light armored carriers. The incident is reported to have taken place on January 2. Incident has been reported from Kakjung, an open area stretching into the Chinese territory crosses the Indus as one travels from Dungti towards Demchok in eastern Ladakh. Geomapping enthusiasts have claimed that the Chinese entered 1 kilometer into India's claim line. No doubt our armed forces are always with civilians, resolving the grazing issues with PLA. Northwest India recorded just 3 mm of rainfall in January, the second lowest since 1901, whereas the country as a whole recorded 58% less than normal rainfall in the month. India Meteorological Department said on Wednesday. However, it predicted the monthly rainfall over the country as a whole during February is most likely to be above normal, extremely crucial for Rabi and could bring relief to farmers. On the temperature front, it predicted that most parts of the country are likely to witness above normal minimum temperatures in February, while northwest, west central, northeast, and parts of east central India are likely to see above normal temperatures. Releasing the monthly rainfall and temperature outlook, IMD Director General this said, though normal to above normal rainfall is likely over most parts of northwest, northeast and central India, most parts of South India is likely to get below normal rainfall. Below normal cold wave days are expected over parts of central India during February, he added. The strong El Nino conditions, abnormal warming of surface waters in the Central Pacific Ocean are likely to weaken steadily and turn to ENSO neutral conditions by the end of the spring season. Most models indicate a transition of La Nino conditions considered favorable for Indian southwest monsoon around July-September, Mohapatra said. Fog prevailed over Indo-Gangetic plains from December 25 to January 30, and it was one of the longest spells over the region in recent years. Meteorologists attributed this to fewer western disturbances affecting the region. The center has appointed former Expenditure Secretary Ajay Narayan Jha and SBI Group Chief Economic Advisor Soumya Kanti Ghosh and two other members of the newly constituted 16th Finance Commission, chaired by former Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog Arvind. The commission will give 4 members who will be assisted by Secretary Ritvik Ranjanam Pandey, 2 joint secretaries and 1 economic advisor. Besides Jha, retired bureaucrat Annie George Matthew and Artha Global Executive Director Niranjan have been appointed as full-time members of the 16th Finance Commission. The chairman and other members of the commission shall hold office from the date on which they assume office up to the date of submission of report or October 31, 2025, whichever is earlier, the Finance Ministry statement read. Congress spent rupees 71 crore on the Bharat Jodo Yatra led by General Secretary Rahul Gandhi, which saw him cover a distance of over 4,000 km from Kanyakumari to Kashmir between September 22 to January 23. The Yatra expenditure constituted 15% of Congress' total annual spend and over 30% of its administrative and general expenses for 2023. As per the party's latest annual audit report filed by the Election Commission, Congress' total receipts in 23-24 fell to rupees 452 crore from 541 crore in 21-22, while its expenditure rose to rupees 467 crore from this in the corresponding period, according to party's audit report made public by EC on Wednesday. So far, audit reports of 5 of 6 national parties, AAP, BSP, CPM, National People's Party and Congress for 22-23 are public. BJP's report is not out yet. On the expenditure side, Congress spent rupees 71 crore on Yatra and rupees 192 crore on elections. Of the party's total receipts of 452 crore in the last financial year, this collection from issuance of coupons or sale of publications got Congress rupees this crore, while receipts through fees and subscription totaled rupees this. Punjab and Haryana High Court issued notice to the Chandigarh administration on Wednesday on a plea by Aam Aadmi Party's candidate Kuldeep Singh seeking directions to set aside the Chandigarh Municipal Corporation mayoral elections. However, the division bench of Justice this did not stay the election result and asked the UT administration to submit its reply by February 26. The petitioner counsel senior advocate Gurminder Singh urged Supreme Court to stay the result declared Tuesday for the post of mayor. However, counsel representing the UT administration as well as Chandigarh Municipal Corporation contended that the election result should not be stayed as it was being challenged on the basis of disputed questions of fact. They pointed out that disputed questions of fact cannot be decided under the Article this of Constitution. After the High Court hearing, Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann said AAP would approach Supreme Court to seek an early hearing. Asked if he and AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal plan to hold a protest in Chandigarh, Mann said no, there is no plan to hold any protest. The Chandigarh administration has to submit a report in the case. It is, however, evident in the video how he was counting the votes. High Court has given 3 weeks time. We will request the apex court for the early decision. AAP's Kuldeep Singh alleged in the plea that there was gross violation while counting votes, that ballot papers were tampered with and then invalidated, moves that went in favor of BJP and against the AAP Congress alliance. PM Modi on Wednesday said the country was progressing on all counts and spoke about his government's focus on inclusive development, specifically referring to measures like 33% quota for women and the decision to make women the centerpiece of year's Republic Day parade. A journey of inclusive development is underway. I hope this trajectory continues with the blessing of public, Modi said, referring to President Draupadi Murmu address to the joint session of parliament, as also the fact that the interim budget on Thursday will be presented by Nirmala Sitharaman as signs of women's empowerment. For the second time in less than a week, the PM frowned upon the disruptions forced by lawmakers. Those who have been undermining democratic values need to ponder what they have gained, he said, adding that few people remembered who forces suspension of business, whereas MPs who enriched the House will, with constructive ideas, left an indelible impression. Since, despite the opposition displays of intellectual prowess, concern for the common man's interest, or sharp reaction against us, I firmly believe that a substantial part of the country comprising democracy enthusiasts and society at large will appreciate such conduct. Conversely, individuals who contribute nothing but negatively, hooliganism and mischief are seldom remembered. However, the current budget session represents an opportunity for redemption and leaving a positive impact, the PM said. He urged all MPs not to let this chance slip away, to act in the best interest of the country, contribute their most valuable ideas to the House, and infuse the nation with enthusiasm and excitement. Amid indications from Union Minister that CAA would be implemented soon, President Draupadi Murmu on Wednesday made a mention of CAA in her address to the joint sitting of Parliament. This Parliament also acted a law to grant citizenship to persecuted minorities from our neighbor countries, she said in her address. On January 28, Junior Minister for Ports and Shipping Shantanu Thakur has said in West Bengal's South 24 Pragnat district that CAA would be implemented in the next 7 days, reinforcing the possibility of early rollout of the law Modi government enacted in the face of widespread protest. According to sources, CAA rules which are yet to notified holding up implementation of the act that provides for grant of Indian citizenship to Pakistani, Bangladeshi and Afghan nationals belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Jain, Christian, Buddhist and Parsi communities who had migrated to India before December 31 are ready and may be notified soon. A fully online system for applications, processing and grant of citizenship under CAA is on the anvil, enabling eligible migrants to submit their request through a dedicated MHA portal from wherever they are and track its progress. Murmu also referred to positive developments of the internal security front, including the prevailing sense of security in Jammu and Kashmir that has relegated doubts regarding the removal of Article 370 from erstwhile state to history. Even as Congress slammed the President's address as evidence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi avoiding accountability of his failed guarantees and on jobs, economy, farmers and national security, Party President Mallikarjun Kharge said the BJP leaders has presided over Cheer Haran of Parliament and warned that BJP is a threat to democracy. Kharge said President Draupadi Murmu's joint address was a delayed honor of her as she was not invited for the inauguration of the new building. He questioned the President's claim that forces were following a tit-for-tat policy, reminding that a recent video has proved that China was denying access to Indian grazers at patrolling point 35 and 36 in Ladakh, which are within India's claim line. pointing out that Manipur has been in the grip of ethnic violence of 8 months. He said the president should have made an appeal for peace in the state. Congress MP Congress MP Shakti Singh Gohel and Gaurav Gogoi said while the government, as per Modi's promise in 19 polls, should have created 10 crore jobs during his tenure, the president mentioned about creating a few lakh jobs without revealing how many were destroyed. Questioning PM Modi's accusation that the opposition has caused disruptions in the parliament, Kharge said it was BJP that had disrobed parliament. He said 14 bills were passed in just 3 days after the unprecedented suspension of 146 MPs in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha in the last session. He said 64 bills out of 172 have been passed in the current Lok Sabha and 61 bills in Rajya Sabha with less than 1 hour of discussion. He said data from the last 2 decades show that maximum interruptions in the parliament occurred during the 15th Lok Sabha when BJP was the principal opposition party. Consensus is eluding Mahavikas Aghadi over drafting a seat-sharing formula for the ensuing Lok Sabha elections after Congress take claim of 3 out of total 6 seats in Mumbai, while Shiv Sena rejected the proposal, saying it was willing to part with only one. While in the state, a top Congress leader said a consensus has been reached on 38 seats and it is expected that most of the disputes on the remaining seats will be resolved in the next meeting of MVA on February 2. If there is no decision, then NCP President Sharad Pawar, UBT Sena President Uddhav Thackeray and AICC observer Ramesh Chinnithala will resolve the row over seat sharing, the leader said. Maharashtra has 48 Lok Sabha seats in all. In battle, former Pakistan PM Imran Khan received his second jail sentence in as many days on Wednesday when the country's anti-corruption court sentenced him and his wife Bushra Bibi to 14 years imprisonment in Toshakhana case linked to illegal sale of state gifts. A special court established under the British era Official Secrets Act of 1923 has handed the cricketer turned politician and ex-foreign minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi 10-year jail terms the previous day for sharing state secrets. Sponsoring companies acting as